Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. All right, so I've made like 4 therapy sessions since I got here. One that I really loved, and it never uploaded. I thought it had fully uploaded. Same old story, but their Wi-Fi here is very, very slow. I guess is what it is. I don't know, but it didn't upload. I thought it had. I deleted it, and I'm very disappointed because it was some really good stuff there. I found some incredible art that I found along the way, just spiritual, and it was a really good one too, man. Very disappointed about that. But anyway, I don't know how much you guys have seen. I know that I was buying a shish kebab in one of the videos that actually did upload, so you can clearly see I'm in North Hollywood, and everything really worked out for me as far as me finding a place here. So I don't know why those didn't upload. I'm so disappointed they didn't upload. Man, that was because I found some art, down the street as I was just walking, and it was like Aztec art that had modern things on it, like things that were made for this era, but it was like as if it was done 6,000 years ago. So for me, I just really loved what I saw, and I was just reacting to it all, and I was just embracing the moment as I was coming out here, and that was something I really wanted to capture for myself and all of you guys. And Wi-Fi here, and I don't know, I thought it had uploaded just like I've done many times lately. So I just expect it takes a certain time for it to upload, especially if you have Wi-Fi. But apparently some Wi-Fis are slow, and that's deliberate, because when you don't have Wi-Fi, it's not as slow. They deliberately slow it down because you didn't buy more Wi-Fi. People are getting screwed and they don't really understand that. So it's like, stop buying Wi-Fi that actually slows down your phone, because at the end of the day, you don't actually need Wi-Fi to use your phone. And so that's what I'm finding. Like, for example, the Apple the Apple Music app, that's working better with Wi-Fi. So I can say I can make a playlist here. More than likely, that I would much more quickly than I would be able to make it back at the Laurent. But as far as uploading YouTube videos, you gotta wait for like an hour, 2 hours just to upload a good 25-minute video. So if I leave y'all like an hour video, I might as well just leave it there overnight. The good thing is I found a way to create a lot of space, but I just have the habit of deleting videos just because I'm systematic like that. But I'm frustrated about this. I really am. I wanted, especially with this moment on this day, the last thing I wanted was for those not to be uploaded. But that is the circumstance, so we just live with the truth. But I definitely am here. I made it here safely. I called all the people that have helped me, and I thank them so very much. The relief from having that behind me knows no end. I can't even tell you how happy I am that I'm not still there, because at the end of the day, I was dealing with a lot internally in that place, and the longer I was there, the more I was dealing with that, it seemed. Just last week, I found myself looking up at the wall in one of my little favorite place to sit there, and just saying, what are we doing next? Are we really, am I still stuck here, or are we gonna expedite the process of me moving on? And now that I look at how it went, I'm glad I kept my good attitude. I'm glad I didn't quit, because the reality was it was actually going to work out. It was actually going to go very smooth. Now, I thought it could, and with the faith that I had, I was hopeful that the Lord would see to it that I would land on my feet. But just the same, good people sometimes don't. Sometimes it really goes horrible. Some people live and have hard times all the time. So it's like, I don't know if this is the first time I'm supposed to be going through that. I don't know if the Lord wants me to go through the shelter system. I don't know. But my thinking was, He knows what I've been trying to do. He knows what my intentions are. He knows what type of person I'm trying to become. He knows where I went wrong, and He knows I've been acknowledging where I went wrong. I ain't defiant to that or anything. I'm telling the Lord I ain't happy with me either. So it's like, all the things that I think He will want from me, I try to give to Him. And I just watched Him work today. I watched Him show all the way out, one thing after another. It was unbelievable how many things worked out on one of the hardest days I was supposed to be having. It ain't been the hardest day I was supposed to have. It ain't. Throwing away my stuff, I felt dignity throwing away, putting things outside for myself. I didn't want no sheriffs grabbing my stuff. I was listening to my sister, and she was saying, I don't want you to go through that trauma of having sheriffs throw stuff out on the street. I don't want you to go through that. Even though it's your stuff, I don't want you to go through that. And I was like, I told her, I was like, I don't really care about those things. I throw it out there by myself. I told her, I was like, that's not going to be a thing. You don't ever have to worry about that with this person here, because I could just as easily take the stuff to the trash right now. The only reason why I'm holding on to it is because it's my stuff and I can't replace it. But if I can replace it, it can go. So with that being said, I woke up this morning thinking about my sister, thinking about how I don't want to come back to her when I call her and tell her that what she was worried about took place when I can do something about it. So that's kind of what was in my mind. I'm like, you know what? I could leave a lot of stuff in here, and it probably will be left in here. You save time. I probably could have returned the U-Haul on time if I would have done that and all that. But just the same, it really came down to me being able to first sort things out better than I had initially put them together. And my boy T pulled my coattail on my decision making, because I was trying to make things comfortable for myself, like I always do when it's time to make things budget properly. And so he was like, get on the bus with your bags. But I was committed to that until I got out of the van and realized I couldn't carry that stuff. It was a little too much for one person to carry at all. I needed to take 2 trips just to transport it. So my thing was, that's not gonna work. I got to do the Uber thing. But God worked it out to where the Uber I got in was probably the best. That was probably the best ride share I've ever been in. Truthfully, like me and that lady were talking about things that just really spoke to my spirit, spoke to her spirit, and we were like friends. It was like I had known her for a long time. It was like she was my auntie or something. She was just speaking love into my life and putting positivity in my mind and reaffirming things that we had been talking about on the camera here. It just put me in a position to feel like I was in a space where the Lord was right next to me. And all the way there, it was just an anointed conversation. It was a good 35 minutes she was talking to me, and it felt like just I was in a good person's car, like a really good person's car. So I get out of that, come in here, everything goes smoothly. I forgot to tell y'all, if in the video I did delete, or rather didn't get a chance to upload, at the U-Haul spot, and that's a good thing actually. I accidentally called it Hertz, so I guess this is a fortuitous thing, but it wasn't Hertz. I was telling everybody to go check out U-Haul over there on La Brea in Inglewood, because they got some good people over there that really did me really well. The lady that works there really helped me by waiving the late fees and waiving whatever other fees that would otherwise have made me pay anything at all today. I paid like initially $50 plus like another 12 or 8, I don't know how much it was, like $18 for gas. So it was gas and the price and the insurance, and that was all I had to pay. I don't think I spent more than, I honestly don't think I spent more than $50 on that. Maybe 60 something dollars. You do the math with the gas, but as far as like what I had to give U-Haul, I don't think I spent more than $55 on the van. And so that was more than a blessing. When homeboy came back around, when I initially had them check on the car, he quoted me $145 after I had already spent the $50 yesterday to get the thing. So I'm like, dog, this is supposed to be a $20 van. Now I know I bought insurance and I know there's other responsibilities, but there's no way in hell a $20 van is supposed to come out to a total like $200. There's no way in hell. But you know what I mean? Or whatever, something went wrong with what he was doing, I guess. I don't know, but she ended up waiving the entire thing. $45 she removed, and it was a $100 fee. She removed that too. So I was like, whoa. So that blessing just came on time, and I told her, I wasn't gonna be able to get my room. Like I had all my belongings, and I told her these are all the things I have in the world. This is all I got in the world. So if you're going to charge me this, I'm not gonna be able to get my room for the week. I'm gonna be on the street. I'm literally be on the street if you do this. And so she said, don't worry about that. And I was ready to pay $100. When she said, okay, I'm waiving the 45, I pulled out my card ready for the 100. She was like, no, I'm waiving that too. I'm like, God's showing out like crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you how much he's showing out. So after that, I got here. Everything went smooth there. As soon as I got up here, I walked in the room and felt like the room had been a place I had been in before, just like the Lauren. I told y'all a couple days ago, when I said when I first got to the Lauren, it felt like I had been here for a million years. This place too had that feeling when I walked in this room. Now the other room that she showed me had a better TV, but my gut told me to go with the room that felt right. Plus it smelled better. So That's why I chose this room. But they had this flat screen on the other side, so I could have went with that. Same price, but I don't care. I'm very happy with this TV. I grew up on this kind of TV. You know what I mean? Somebody who's 39 years old, that's a TV we actually wanted back in the day. If I was 10 years old, that's a TV I wanted in my room. In fact, I probably had a TV like that. You feel me? So it ain't hard for an old school guy, but all in all, man, I couldn't be more pleased with how this turned out. The only way this could have been any better is if I could have had my weights, you know, because I'm such a self-conscious person as it pertains to my body that, you know, I'm like, man, how am I going to work out and keep the definition that I'm trying to put together without my 30s? You know what I mean? My 30s get me squatting. That's where I know my real strength is found. I was never a strong person until I actually worked on my lower half. So now that that's in a place that's I'm okay with, I'm very happy with, now it's like I don't want to let that go. I'm trying to build on that. And so this is going to be a little bit of a setback in regards to that. But there are things I can do in this room that will allow me to work out in different ways and still get it going. For example, even though the floor is like really hard, put the pillows on the ground and do my ab work. So I can put more of an emphasis on the ab work. Now that doesn't mean I'm happy because the strength is in the legs, man. But I'm not going to buy any 30-pound weights to have to lug from this place anywhere else. But I think I will probably invest in some 7-pound weights so I can get back to my other stuff that I was doing, a little 1,300 squats or whatever, however many it ends up being, that I'll be standing here for an hour and a half. That's, I think, something I kind of want to have in this hotel room. But just the same, I didn't want to lug 14 pounds of weights here. So when it's time to leave, am I really going to want to lug an extra 14 pounds of weight somewhere else? Well, my thinking is right now, if I can get onto lift, which is what my plan is right now, that's where I want to go with it, then I'll have a vehicle to do that. And if that's the case, then it really won't matter too much. But it just the same, that vehicle would need me to work it consistently to keep up with the payments. And then to make a profit, you got to be out there practically 6 or 7 hours a day. But with the history with the experience that I have doing it, I think I could probably have a much better path this time than I did 4 or 5 years ago when I did it. Getting caught out in Carson, getting caught out in long rural areas that don't have no real rides. I have a better understanding. Plus, I'm more than likely to want to get up earlier to drive than I was back in the day, because a lot of times back then I only wanted to drive in the afternoon. That ain't what's going to be going on. I'll probably get up at like around 7 to drive around here, maybe whatever the surging times are. So, you know, I just felt really good behind the wheel yesterday. That's what it really came down to. And another thing is nothing is around here within miles. Like there's a gym, there's like a 24-hour fitness, like a mile and a half somewhere, but it's hot. And when you walk in, by the time you get there, you're gonna be exhausted. And by the time you get back, you ain't gonna have nothing. It's for energy, but you know, just the same, that's an option. And then they have another couple gyms around here, kind of in the same distance, nothing within a mile. So it's best you have a car in this city, particularly North Hollywood and in the Valley. It ain't the same as Lenox. You can walk around there and, you know, every few feet you got a block. Every few feet you got a block. This is a different mentality for myself when the streets are like a mile each. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it is out here. But you know, I'm good, man. I'm sitting in this room. I just got through listening to all the therapy sessions that I didn't upload. Thought they had uploaded, and I listened to all of them. That's how I know they were pretty good energy. I was happy and I was excited, and watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and eating kebabs and all kinds of stuff that I wanted y'all to just see me in a much better space than I had been these last couple of days, because I had been so stressed out and so, you know, preachy, I guess is what, you know, when I'm feeling sad or feeling scared, I'm gonna turn into preacher BDF. So that's kind of what I've been on, and I just wanted to give y'all a different look because I was in a much more relieved and happy space. And I, you know, it's not just the relief of being able to find a place tonight, but it's a relief of having all of those court cases behind me. Everything that had to do with that situation for the last 6 months has been a strain on my brain, with the exception of August, early half of August, where I just was able to not think about it because of that whole situation with Karen Bass saying what she said about not leaving if you're evicted and all that. But, you know, that bought me some time to enjoy my birthday. And then if you fast forward to where we are today, everything works smoothly, even though I was so stressed out about it. And so who can complain? When things work out, you just look up and you just appreciate it, praise God, and you commit to what you need to do next. And so for me, what I need to do next is find a way to make sure that my mail is going where I need it to go, And then from there, try to work on getting myself on this lift situation. Once that happens, I have a vehicle, then there's a lot I can do once the vehicle is in my possession. You know, I could take rides. Rides are gonna be definitely done, but it's gonna be about me getting other things done. Finding an apartment, improving on my credit, improving on my fitness. Obviously, if I really want to do something, I got to get a gym. So it's just a lot of stuff I want to build on, man. I'm really prayerful that the Lord doesn't allow my body to go by the wayside while I'm trying to find an apartment for myself, because I've worked so very hard, and I'm so very happy with where I'm at. I've never ever looked this good in my life. So this is one of the things where it's like, yo, I want to keep going upwards. I most definitely have no interest in stopping my workout. So I've already done like 3 sets of 50 push-ups here. You know, like I said, I got on the floor, did a few sit-ups, but I'll tell you the truth, man. This might be TMI, but my right butt cheek is hurting, man. And I know it's from lugging the art. That art, that big art tub. My homeboy T's storage is upstairs. 1 flight, 2 flights. So I lugged that thing up them stairs, and I'm pretty sure one of them steps really gave me a whole new backside. So that's a thing. Just like my chest, I was telling you, my left chest was going crazy with pain 2 nights ago. That's healed up, and now I got my right butt cheek hurting. So my body wants to get in shape. That's the point. My body is ready to put on muscle in ways that it never has. I feel stronger than I felt since I was 22 years old, and I don't want to lose a single thing. My conditioning is pretty much just as important to me as anything else I'm doing. So yeah, man, that's where I'm at with it. I am looking forward to jogging again. I told y'all about that, but jogging does make you thin. And so for me, I want to look I kind of want to be like this. I don't want to be much thinner than this. If anything, I want to put on more muscle. So, you know, the cardio is important, especially with me having bad lungs, being a weed smoker like that. But I don't think I'm going to be smoking as much weed over here because they don't allow you to smoke it in the room. And to be honest with you, the weed I have is not relaxed weed. It's talk, think weed. So I don't really have much use for that right now. So yeah, man, I'm in a much better space, to say the least. I mean, it's a whole 180 from where I was at last night or even this morning. Y'all check out the video this morning and then check out where I am right now. It's a totally different vibe because the Lord came through. And I tell you, hindsight is 2020, but foresight doesn't exist. And to be honest with you, even when you're applying faith, the foresight is like, you still wonder if he's gonna come. You still wonder if he wants you to win this time, or if he's trying to teach you a harder lesson or whatever. And how much is he going to actually put you through? You know what I mean? That's my thing. And so I have work to do so that he doesn't have to put me through anymore. That's basically what it is. It ain't just about my morals and my actions and my behavior. It's about my business and how I'm getting this paper. So I don't love money. I know I'm not a love for money kind of guy, but I definitely see the fruit and not letting nothing like this happen again. So given the fact that I do all kinds of stuff, somebody should be looking at this and saying, yo, that's a good person to invest in. And then from there, something good can happen, maybe in regards to myself. So all this stuff I do, one of these things got to catch. That's what I was telling the lady in the Uber. Like, with all this stuff I do so much crap. Laker analyst, preaching, talking, whatever, therapy sessions, all the stuff, the art, everything. With all this crap I do, one of these things got to pop. I'm kind of looking at it like when you buy a bunch of different stocks, you get your portfolio filled with all different types of various different companies. Maybe 1 or 2 pops and ends up being as big as the entire pot that you initially invested in, or even twice as big or 3 times as big sometimes. Just gives me an understanding of just how bad it is when you actually see what the dollar amount is on something you sold 6 years ago. My AMD, not AMC, but AMD, I bought like when I first started messing with stocks. Oh, that thing is like $8,000-9,000. That was like $100 investment. It's like $8,000 right now. It's just like, this is the type of stuff that just makes you understand that, you know, it is important to invest, and it's also important to have a clean and safe stock market, which is why I'm an ape. But even more so, it gave me the idea to say, yo, do multiple things in your life. Try to figure out where you're multifaceted, if you have those type of abilities and talents, and see which one of them can get you where you want to go. And where one works, maybe you can drag the rest of them along the way too. So I don't know if it's going to be the Laker thing, the playlist thing. I don't know, but I'm going to continue doing what I do no matter where I land in this world if I have a choice. And tonight is no exception. It's Thursday night. All the new music comes out. I don't know what's dropping tonight. I have no idea, but I'm in a place where I can do it. Got my headphones with me. Everything's here. So I am going to continue to do what I do. And of course, I brought all my art supplies. I didn't play about that. I didn't bring all the paper. I didn't bring all that paper, but by the time this runs out, I can buy another one because it is a full deck that isn't even open yet. So that's like 300 something sheets in there. More than enough to take care of what I got over the next 7 days. And I don't feel incredibly inspired to do art right now for some reason either. More so to do this. So I just go with what I do, man. I go with what I know. I know that, there's a lot that can be done when you are multifaceted. So I just encourage everybody to try stuff, man. Don't be so certain you're not good at what you haven't tried. For all you know, the one thing you're most great at is the thing that you've never done. So that's really important, especially as I get older, realizing that I didn't develop a love for art until I turned like 38. And now I consider myself a full-fledged artist at 39 years of age. That should tell you right there that nobody is, it's never too late to find out what your passion is. It's never too late to figure it out. So that is what I want to share with y'all. Well, that's pretty much my thought, man. I am curious to know how loud my voice is carrying across this property, but I'm BDF 44. I'm gonna do what I do no matter what, and this is no exception. And I'm thankful the Lord allowed me an opportunity to have a place to charge my phone, a place with some Wi-Fi. I got my fan with me, which I had no intention of bringing, but I'm overly thrilled that I have. And yeah, I'm glad I grabbed it too, because it don't weigh anything. The thing about that fan is it's like 2 pounds, so it's like carrying a backpack with nothing in it. So that was a real easy carryover. There's some things I wish I brought with me now, but nothing too crazy. Like my Windex, I wish I had. Some towels, I wish I brought. I brought my face cloths, but not my towels. But I brought my water boiler so I can have my oatmeal, even though I didn't buy any apples or bananas, so I won't be eating oatmeal till I get it, unless they got sugar down there, which I probably don't want. But, it's one of those situations where this is what I do. This is what your boy does. I find a way to create content, and whether I got money or don't, there's always going to be something to say, or there's always going to be something in my mind that I can share that I believe can be helpful to someone else, or maybe provide some substance, or just provide some passion about a specific subject like the Lakers. So that's what it is, man. I hope to inspire. Hope everybody's having a good day. Look at how it worked out for me. Thank you all for praying for your boy. I thank you for praying for everyone, as we always say. And what's the word? How do I like to phrase this now? Your doubt is a worse predictor than your faith. Your faith will always be a better predictor than your doubt. I keep saying it and I keep seeing it. It never fails. BDL 44. I'll thank you all for watching. I'm out.